Hey everyone, here's a not so quick video on the problems I've been having with my Ford Excursion. What I have here is a 2000 Ford Excursion 7.3 Powerstroke. I ran into some problems with this truck recently after taking a couple trips down to San Diego and back and Eastern Oregon, and it performed, rather well. But something happened when I tried to fix the door lock actuators, and at the same time I tried to re-enter the code for the locking mechanism. The person that I bought the truck from gave me the wrong booklet with the wrong code to program it, so it put it in a lockdown mode or a limp mode, whatever, but it just doesn't start now. It'll crank but won't start. So I did what I'm assuming most driveway mechanics do, is consult YouTube and Google. I came up with a lot of good information, but nothing really seemed to hit home of my problem. I had checked the ICP sensor and the cam position sensor, and still no go. I had towed it into Ford, and they told me that the problem was the patch delete module had been activated. That was the cause of me putting the code in wrong too many times on the keypad. So if you've ever done that, you know my struggle now. So what I did was pull the PCM from the engine and send it to a company in Ohio for them to do a patch delete on it. When I received the module back, it still didn't take. It was still giving me grief on starting. It would just crank and not start. So I called the company that I sent it to, and they had said to check and make sure that the check engine light was coming on after I had plugged in the PCM. Now, I had asked the guy, hey, I'm not seeing an EC or a check engine light from the PCM. Could it be that the light bulb was burnt out? And he said that's highly unlikely, but you might want to check just to make sure. So after going through and dismantling that son of a gun, I go to check to see if the bulb is burnt out, but what I see is the bulb isn't even there. Now I'm trying to be the nicer guy and the bigger fella here and not be too pissy and butthurt about this whole situation. But this truck is a one owner truck. One previous owner from a dairy farm in Salem, Oregon, and talked this rig up for me, and I drove almost 3 hours out of my way to go pick it up. I knew what I was looking for. I wanted the 7.3, and this seemed like a perfect fit. But when I got there, the truck was already warmed up, and I hadn't brought a scanner. I don't, really know what was wrong with it, and it seemed to run fine at the time. So what I ended up doing was pulling the PCM and sending it out to a company in Ohio. Got it back, still didn't work, and then I found the company that was recommended by a diesel mechanic in town. He said to send it to a company out of Tennessee. If you guys want to know what it is, just let me know and I'll put it in the description or in your comment, whatever. But that's the position of the PCM. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how I bypassed ripping all this stuff out and was able to get to it just going through here with my little dainty girly hands. So in case you guys are wondering if I had checked the basics, I did. I have 2 brand new batteries in here. I have replaced the ICP sensor and the cam position sensor, and still is in a no crank, or a crank but no start. That's a crank but no start. Well, the company from Tennessee that I sent it to did the full diagnostic test on it, unlike the company in Ohio, ran a full diagnostics on it and told me that everything was good to go, that it was the PATS module that was giving me grief. They did the delete, and I will be posting that up on the install and hopefully a successful start. Until then, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.